This is in wrestling, they call this a shoot video. I have no script. Hi. I literally just woke up after getting back from Planet Desert Rock Weekend 2025. And that was the most spiritual experience I've had in 30 years. 30 years ago, I attended a men's retreat with one of the 12 step fellowships, and I was crying every single day. I think it was a 3-day weekend. And it was a very American Indian based. It was in upper Northern California. And this this shaman came and saw me crying, on the second day and said, "Follow me." And he took me up. In my mind, it's a mountain, but it was a hill. He took me to the top of the hill, and it was sunset. And he explained he's going to lay hands on me and see what he can do to help. And he put his hands on me, and after a few seconds, he pulled back and he looked, regretful. He said, "I'm sorry, brother, I can't help you. You have to find your own tribe." That was back in 1995. And since then, I've been looking, I keep thinking, hey, I found my tribe, and hey, um, we'll see. This weekend, I think it clarified things. If you follow my blog at all, I wrote a piece, Planet Desert Rock Weekend, San Mateo, much respect, San Mateo. Those of you who read the blog understand and know right away that I planned a relapse on marijuana when I first got to Las Vegas. I had the whole thing worked out, and I shared this with a couple friends. Um, I know Sean isn't going to mind as Patrick Brooks from the Heavy Underground Farm Report. Of course, I talked to him. He owns a dispensary, and that's all he does: sell weed for a living. If you've seen my short, and he was not in favor of this, and he gave me really objective advice. The stuff now is way more powerful, and that I should do it safely. If I am going to do it, I should be safe. And so I got to Las Vegas, and I've looked up the dispensaries. I know exactly where they are relative to where I was staying, and I didn't. Uh, there were a few other people that I shared this with, and none of them were in favor of this. Mostly, well, the things they said were really nice and really kind. And this is in wrestling, they call this a shoot video. I have no script here. And if I break down a few times, anyway, they they told me that fine, there's no judgment here, but it's clean and sober stoner, and it's just something that you know, they would personally prefer if I stayed clean and sober stoner. And I can tell you this: one of the biggest reasons is the THC content is insane. I mean, back in the 90s, if I hit something that had maybe 5%, 7% THC, God forbid, I remember at Lollapalooza, I took a hit of something and I fell asleep during Pearl Jam. I woke up briefly during Soundgarden. I totally missed, I think Ministry was there. And I woke up to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, my buzzkill, and it's like they were the most boring band. By the way, every song just sounds the same. Great, love them, whatever you can love them, but the point is, I knew objectively that this was a bad idea. That being said, um, some of this is based on. I think that some cannabinoids might be helpful. For instance, I do use CBD. I shared it ever since, shoot, I've been using CBD since I think 2018-ish. And it helps with a bunch of stuff. So I wrote this and I posted it on day two. So this would have been Friday. And I wasn't prepared, I think, for what I was about to experience on day two of Planet Desert Rock Weekend, put on by John Gist, because there are people that, for whatever reason, they read what I do and they follow me, and they came up. I had at least, it wasn't just one or two, and it wasn't dozens. I'm not going to front and pretend that, oh my God, no, but it was like a substantial number. And I had some wonderful conversations. Well, by the way, I am sleep deprived. Like from the time I got there until last night, I didn't sleep more than about 4 hours. I think I got 5 hours sleep Saturday, but that's another story. Because I didn't realize what was happening. So I was not in a fantastic headspace on day two, but the support that I got, and um, I would tell you a lot more, but I need to stick to my story. They're not my story to tell. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to violate somebody's privacy and all that. But I had people that spent like the whole day, the whole night with me who just shared their stuff as much as they could. And I shared mine. And it was, it was unbelievable. Um, Now, as far as the show itself, I'm boomer, so I know people. One of the Uber drivers, yeah, I was at Woodstock and all that. You know what, Woodstock boomers, fuck you. I was at Planet Desert Rock Weekend. We're gonna call it even because you know Godzillionaire started out night two, and Mark Hennessy, the singer, has a clean and sober stoner sticker, which, by the way, went like hotcakes. So, I definitely needed more, and so just he's wearing my sticker on stage, and that set was so emotional. And I know JJ Kozan's written about it. I know that S. Patrick Brooks has written about it, and I'm telling you that for the couple hundred of us that were there for that night, we're never going to forget that. We're absolutely simply we're never going to forget what that experience was like. It was, and it didn't stop. Every single band, Valley of the Sun, uh, Germ, Germ. So I had these really intense, intimate moments with people while not stuff, get your mind out of the gutter. I mean, being real and sharing. And Germ is playing, and I wish I'd been able to watch everything, but it was like the perfect soundtrack from a movie for what was happening at the time. And by the way, Germ, I consider the big guys, the absolute best that I've seen is, King Buffalo, Elder, now Sergeant Thunderhoof. Germ is on the same level. That was a literally a transcendental experience hearing that band and being there and the whole thing. So that night I got 1 hour sleep, and I was in really, really bad shape. Uh, People were there, and I didn't have a choice. I had to come clean. I had to put aside, you know, my image and my whatever gets wrapped up, and I had to admit to people what was going on, why it was going on. I overshared. Thank you, folks. I know I was like, and I'm showing all the symptoms of PTSD. Um, and so in the morning, I grab a little food so I can be in. I meet these people that are into Sergeant Thunderhoof, and uh, somebody from behind me yells, "Hey, Mr. Clean!" And I turn around. My best friend Alan, who again from 12 Step, 32 years of friendship and respect. He showed up from out of nowhere. He didn't tell me that he was coming. Um, there's so much that I have to say about that particular night. By the way, I did not self-diagnose. Okay, I have PTSD, and I've been under care intermittently. I spent well over a year in therapy over why I have PTSD. I do have the VA. It's not combat related. It's things outside of the VA, and I was able to recognize. Oh, it took a few days, but I'm a horrible patient, right? Like I'm at a place where Stoner Doom heals me. It heals me, and it was harming me. Okay, oh, way overstimulated. It was too much goodness. If you can believe this, it was overwhelming, right? But every morning, I'm like, well, this has hurt me, so let's go back. Yeah. Um, you know, because it was healing at the same time, and I was very safe. I was very well taken care of, and that third night, the people that were coming up to me, and I'm not a. If I ever act like I'm a celebrity or YouTube, just pat me upside the head. That's not what this channel is about. I didn't know what this channel was about until this weekend, and I think I know what the channel's about. The support was from the time I walked in to the place. Um, the people that talked to me, and some of them were nervous, right? I was sitting next to these people, and they kept looking at me, and I'm like, "Oh wow, is this one of those?" Well, and it was. Are you Scott from Clean and Sober Stoner? And like, yeah, and we had a great time, and we hugged, and her husband gave me notes, like he's watched the videos, right, and he's asking me questions and giving me feedback, and it was like the whole time I was there, I felt like the goddess, the universe, was just hugging me and going, "You found your tribe." So things are going to change. Um, I'm I was separating my recovery material from the Stoner Doom stuff, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to be genuine, starting with my teeth. Like I'm so wrapped up in my professional image that I don't have. I'm missing these two teeth. I didn't have adult teeth. It has nothing to do with my methamphetamine addiction. It has nothing to do with anything except for all I had was baby teeth until I think they fell out. I was around 27. I'm not putting my teeth in anymore. Um, what I learned this weekend, I don't have to hide who I actually am. I may need a minute. Okay, let's see if we can get through this. I'm Scott Spires. I'm a multiple suicide attempt survivor. I'm in active recovery and remission from cannabis use disorder, severe uh, cocaine, methamphetamine, and alcohol. I'm also in ongoing recovery from depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Um, I am a military veteran. I failed rehab in Oak Knoll Naval Hospital. I'm on disability because I had an active duty physical experience, so I have a back injury. Um, I am clean and sober stoner, and this channel is going to I'm going to be a lot more open about it, to the veterans, to everybody else surviving trauma. I'm there. I'll be getting a semicolon tattoo. I know it's controversial. I don't give a shit. Like, life goes on. There is something after this, and I'm living proof of that. And if you will join me on the journey, I'm going to share more. I'm not going to separate my recovery content over to Libella. I'll make that more counseling focused and supervision focused. But I'm going to share more openly, and I'm going to be myself, because when I think back onto the shaman, it's like, I found my tribe. I have found recovery in the Stoner Doom community, and 12 steppers and, you know, fanatics out there. The stoners saved my recovery actively. The stoners are who made me feel safe and sound and secure. The stoners, the people using, took care of me and loved me when I couldn't care for and love and accept myself. And then I did something on the way home that I've never, ever, ever done, that I let the airline know that I was having a panic attack, and that I had PTSD, and showed them my VA card, and they gave me priority boarding. And so, for the veterans out there, I get it, man. Like, I'm not proud. I'm not. No, it's just nothing to be proud of. Especially when you have a military record like mine. Um, we need to ask for help sometimes, and the help is there. And my tribe, the Stoner Dune tribe, was there when I needed them. So thank you for watching all the way. I know you have better things to do. Go do them. But I intend to be more real, and support the bands, and I'll have, trust me, I'm going to have content over that. If you're interested in reading my first post, I'll have the links down below. There's more writing coming. I just wanted to personally thank every single person that came up to me during those 3 days. And I didn't see bands. I saw people, and I don't bother bands at shows. But they came to me, the bands, I didn't see bands. I saw people that just connected with. And I'm just forever grateful. And that's why, like, one of my new great friends, I love this scene, and I'm honored to be a part of it. So please, if any of this, if you're hurting, if you're struggling, I don't give a shit if we're not straight edge here, if you're hurting, if you also are a suicide survivor and you have the shame or all that, I hope I can make some content that will give you a little bit of, not comfort, but because let's face it, when the beast is staring at you, sometimes you have to growl back. It's like Orange Goblin, Wolf Bites Back. Thank you. This is Scott, clean and sober stoner, saying, yeah, again, I'm spending 5 minutes saying thank you. I'll see you next time. There's more content. Please like, subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.